Hi, so I'm here at the Sands Gallery in Glenmore Beach in the south coast of KZN in South Africa. And these are the three paintings that I exhibited at the Wabi Sabi exhibition, which was this October 2025, and it's about to come down next week. And I took this opportunity, everyone's gone now, so I wanted to take a quiet moment at the end of the finissage. So I took a moment to look up what a finissage is actually. And a vernissage is at the beginning of an exhibition. It is the opening event. It is where the artists and buyers and community and gallery owners all get together, they gather, and the work is presented. You have the wine, you have the eats, you have the chats, you get to look and reveal, and it's the splendor of the event. And opening nights and opening afternoons are really fun. I think everyone enjoys them. It's always a great opportunity to get together, and it's a wonderful revealing to see what an artist has been up to, and possibly meet with them, possibly have conversations with them, and to be together. I really enjoyed this vernissage, and one of our wonderful Austrian artists, I think, made a wonderful suggestion to the gallery owner here that a vernissage would be a beautiful ending to this first exhibition, Wabi Sabi exhibition at the Sands Gallery. So here I am, and these are my art pieces, and for this exhibition I presented three pieces that work together, and for me they represent air. I'm a very elemental thinker, and I consider that I've always been a very elemental person. I love the elements, element of fire, and how the elements interact with each other, that air makes fires bigger, the way water powerfully flattens but flows. So there's no simple way to look at elements, but they're all very beautiful. They work individually and they work together. So I think for many reasons I love elemental thinking. So in astrology, my element is air. And I know there's a huge world of astrology, but because I'm an elemental being, I've just latched onto the part of it that I find interesting. So as an element of air, I see myself and understand that I am very astral. I'm very busy, and I love ideas, and I love moving around, and sometimes I need grounding. So there are people around me in my life that are very grounded, and at the same time for them I give them a sense of lightness, and for me they give me a sense of groundedness. My son is a fire element, and he's very, very poignant and very sturdy, very powerful like that. And I've noticed as he was growing up that I could ignite his fire, and I had to calm that down. So all of that aside, that is to say that when I got into the idea of Wabi Sabi and what Wabi Sabi means to me, because it's a huge, deep well of knowing inside any topic, right? To me it was elemental, and I am air. And although I messed with many ideas, especially when it came to textures and using elements that were around me, and at the time I was in Orobi Gorge, which is very much about rocks and stones and gorges and mountains, it was actually air that appeared when I created these pieces of art. I created the canvases first of all, and they were there and they were ready on painting day, because I give myself a designated time to paint. Every day would be great, every weekend if I'm lucky, and from time to time the rest of the time. So at this time I was painting every weekend, and on this moment it was painting day. And I'd been in my sketchbook and I'd laid down and something had appeared, and I knew what I wanted to do. I had the tones, I had the values, I had the whiteness, I had the lightness, and I painted. And this is what appeared, and I named these paintings after I painted them. And they're called Air Always Moving. So the paintings individually, air, always moving. A buyer could buy one individually, and I priced them individually, but I also gave them a price together if you bought the 3 together. So they work together and they work individually. And I would just like to say, after being here today in this vernissage and talking with the artists that were here, and talking with the visitors that came to visit, and the gallery owner, I sort of inhale, so I'm looking at the paintings around me and the beautiful pottery, and it really was apparent to me that this exhibition had a big calmness about it. A calmness in that it's, I suppose you could call it niched in that it all is congruent. And by congruent, I mean it is all working together. And in a visual way, it came together because I know most of the artists who created most of these pieces. Each one stands alone, like people do. But together, it creates a real calm exhibition. I love exhibitions, but there was a conversation that went through us today that exhibitions can be overwhelming. And this Wabi Sabi exhibition did not have the flavour of being overwhelming. It had a sense of calm, of simplicity, of openness. I would say elemental, but there would be other words to describe those feelings, rust, water, ocean, sky. But I loved that sensation, what I just said about individually standing alone, but standing as a very together, consistent group that was very strong as a group and very strong individually. I suppose I could philosophize about that a bit more, and indeed if you feel like speaking to that, please do. I would love to have that conversation in an ongoing way, because may this talk inspire a thought that you could then take a little bit further. This exhibition is now going to be moving to the Issa Bhavani Gallery in Port Shepstone, also on the south coast of KZN, Durban, South Africa. So there will be opportunities for more conversations, for more meetings, for more buyers, more gallerists, more artists, more Wabi Sabi art. I would like to say thank you to Johan. Thank you for Johan for even bringing Wabi Sabi to us here in the South Coast. At Art by the Sea, we appreciate you and we appreciate each other so much. So this is me saying goodbye from the Sands Gallery. It's been a really lovely morning, this second day of November 2025, at the end of their first exhibition. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for liking, and I'll see you soon. Bye.